He isn't afraid of Virginia Woolf. He finished Q to Q on the first day of Tech Week, while the sun was still out. Godot waits for him. He directed a production of Spider-Man, Turn Off the Dark, in which no one died. He even collected rent from the kids from Rent. He is the most interesting man in community theater.
I don't always win awards, but when I do, they're cut awards. And now, the 6 dashing Calgary Acts department heads and their rendition of the Tech Week Tango.
Perfect lighting design about 2 years ago. Atmospheric shadows everywhere, all perfectly placed. Took 6 hours to focus it all. Then the next day, the director comes in, says we need a follow spot. It blasts out the entire light design. Funny thing, by dress rehearsal, the follow spot is broken. Turns out it fell onto my hammer.
Fix it in Tech Week. Fix it in Tech Week. That's what they tell us every time. Rehearse for 2 months, then give us 3 days on a budget of 3 whole dimes.
I spent hours making just the exact right soundscape for the show. Crowd sounds, creaking doors, dogs, and helicopters. Everything perfectly timed. Director says it's too loud. Turn it down! He can't hear the cast! So that's fine. I do it. Come opening night, the one thing I can hear, someone in the audience rustling their potato chips. Come Act 2, that guy doesn't make it back. Seems he somehow choked on his chip bag.
Fix it in Tech Week. Lights, sound. Fix it in Tech Week. Choreo, costume. Every show, lights, sound. The same. Choreo, costume. Directors change it. Lights. And rearrange it. Sound. Then somehow we always set the same. Choreo, costume.
Now I'm standing in the workshop, cutting up wood for the set, when in comes the director in a nervous tizzy. The set needs a second story, he says. And he keeps saying, the set needs a second story. And then he fell onto my drill. He fell onto my drill 10 times.
Rehearse for 2 months, then give us 3 days on a budget of 3 whole dimes.
Attention actors. I hate to be the one to break it to you, but no, you do not have magic powers. You cannot read things from a distance. So, if you leave your scripts here, you can't possibly work on them from home. Given that none of you can go 3 minutes without grabbing your scripts during a scene, it's beyond me how you can manage to lose sight of them after rehearsal. Thank you. 5 minutes.
I get asked to choreograph this musical. It's a big classic, dying for great dancing. So I bring my A game, fill this show with every trick I've got. Step, touch, thrust, flip, spin, splits, grapevines, box steps, backflips, all timed to the music. So I show it to the director. We run through it, boozing, having a few drinks, and then I just ask, what's the rehearsal schedule like? He thinks about it, and then he tells me the time to learn a dance is 1 hour per week. Well, I was in such a state of shock, I completely blacked out. I don't remember a thing. It wasn't until later, when I was washing the blood off my hands, I even knew he was dead.
Fix it in Tech Week. Fix it in Tech Week. Just a few days till showtime. The set's not painted, and we have dark spots. This week's schedule is just a crime. Fix it in Tech Week. Fix it in Tech Week. Just a few days till showtime. The set's not painted, and we have dark spots. This week's schedule is just a crime.
I work hard to make sure the costumes are clean and repaired, washing out sweat and blood effects every night. One of the cast wore his costume out for a smoke, and based on the stains, a coffee, a pint, and a pot of chili. Turns out his costume needed a few more alterations so they could fit over his casts.
The longest week.